Okay, everyone, so we're talking about OER or Open Educational Resources, and we'll just dive right into this. So, as far as what did I know about it before the course, I had heard about it just a little bit. There's nothing major. I'd heard about it from our tech coach at the school site just a little bit. But the funny thing is even though we had heard about it and things had been mentioned about it, it was never brought up to us and said, well, this is what an OER is, or this is where you can find them, or this is where you should post them if you create one. So basically, all I knew is what the acronym stood for. That's all I really had. I kind of had a hint of, well, maybe it's the stuff that you get for free on Teachers Pay Teachers, and that kind of falls into it. But it really is so much more than that. Going on to number two was the most surprising thing about OERs. I think one of the most surprising things is how helpful they really can be. Um, for some reason, in my mind, maybe it's just me, but when I tend to think about free resources, for some reason I think of things that, they're free, that's nice, but they don't really help as much as something you would pay for. So it's kind of that freemium type deal, if you know about that, with apps, where you can download the free app, and that's great and all, but if you pay for things with inside the app, then you get more of functionality. So that's kind of how my thinking was about OERs. But once you start diving into it, you find really good ones. Man, the resources are out there. You just have to find it, and that's what can discourage some teachers. Is that they don't want to take the time. They'd rather just go and Teachers Pay Teachers, buy it, boom, you're done. But sometimes if you dig around a little bit, you can actually find some better stuff that's licensed for reuse, and you're doing it correctly. So that's really nice. If I had to share one thing about this course with a colleague, I'm assuming you're talking about the open.edu course. Um, well, talking about it, it's an OER in itself. The course is not something you have to pay for. It's open for reuse. It's not really editable, but you can pick pieces out of it and share it and use it to teach others. And I think that's really great. And that kind of lends into PD opportunities. So if you ever lead or have the opportunity to do a PD for your school site, you can grab snippets of this entire course and put it up there for teachers to maneuver through, so they don't have to go through all the articles and read all of those and take all the quizzes, because with PD you're so limited with time. But you could pick good snippets from it that would be ideal for a short 30-minute, 1 hour PD session, and use that. So I think that would be how I would share it with a colleague, or if it was just someone I was just talking to, say, hey, go check this out. That's another option. How will I participate? I'm sorry. How will I practice change as a result of what I learned as an open educator? Um, Taking my creations, when and if I do create anything of use, of value, and putting it out there so that it can be reused. I think that's one of the most important takeaways from OER, is that you not only do you come in and use the community for yourself and help better your classroom, but I think when you have good ideas, you need to put it out there for other teachers to be able to use for their classroom. So it's not just a takeaway all the time, like a charity where you just take. No, you need to be able to give back too, and keep a balance in the open community, so that it's always being infused with new ideas and new opportunities that are there for teachers to create and use and share and change and update and fix, and it just creates this big cycle like we've seen with evolution of a resource. So overall, I've been really impressed with OER. Sometimes the course was a little difficult to follow with the different types of licensing, and it just kind of seemed to get real technical on the different bits and pieces. But overall, as a whole, it's a fantastic idea, and it's working really well for those that are using it correctly. So with that, I'll end it here.